Congrats to Samford and Todd Yelton on another great season. Obviously, they year in, year out, he does his thing and they win that league, and gave us a tough game tonight. Right at halftime, we were more than concerned, and so congrats on a great season, and proud of our team in the second half. We had moments in the first half where I thought we did okay, and then second half a little bit more calm and clinical, especially in the final third. And goals change games, and we got a somewhat quick one, and then able to get a second and third in the second half and put them away. So good first step, but a long way to go.
Open up to questions.
Coach, you obviously the 4-0 result, but in the 80th minute we saw Claire Rain come back on the field. The reception from you two as well on the bench. What did that moment mean to just the program and to Claire?
Yeah, perspective. Mimi's first college game. Mimi's been here a long time now, and it was Mimi's first college game when Claire got hurt, right, 27 months ago. And so it's been a long road, and a lot of players would have hung them up and not pushed through, and for her to show that resilience and be rewarded tonight, very, very special and priceless occasion for her. And then it says a lot about our team. When I turned around with 11 minutes left and said, Claire, our bench erupted. And I think that just says a lot about the kids on our team and how much they love each other.
We could follow up with you two. I mean, just Mimi, you've seen the work she's put in, obviously, since the game. Taylor, you've grown and known her for the last year or so. From your perspective as her teammate, what did that mean to you guys?
Yeah, for me, I was there when Claire went down the first game of the season, my freshman year, and I've been seeing her every single day since, and she's one of the most hardworking people that I know, and also one of the most deserving. She showed up every single day with a smile on her face and continued to push through some of the, honestly, probably hardest times of her life, and was continuing to show up every single day. So I think that shows a lot about her as a person and as a player, and I'm really excited to see what she does next.
Yeah. Just to back off what Mimi said, she's just a bundle of joy. You wouldn't know that she's not been able to play for the past 2 years. Every day in the locker room, at practice, she's always there with a smile on her face. So we were just so awesome to see her just get back out there and just support her because she deserves it.
Do you think we can expect to see more of her throughout this tournament?
Yeah, I think we want to see, first and foremost, we said going into the game, I said, Claire, you don't have to hit any home runs tonight, right? just connect passes, right? I said we want to enter the game and we want to leave the game, right, in a good place. So we've got to see how she feels tomorrow, right? How her body responds, and onward and upward. We need to continue to, like we do with all of our players, protect them and protect her, right? And so. You never know until you know how someone's body is really going to hold up. Obviously, she's been training with contact for 4 weeks, but training is training. A game is a game, and especially in the NCAA tournament, right? It is, you either win or you go home. And so we'd like to continue to play her, but first and foremost, we need to protect her.
Taylor, just you've been playing with that confidence we saw today all season. I know sometimes maybe the goal wasn't coming or the assist wasn't coming. To just get that on the score sheet tonight and the performance overall, how good was it?
Yeah, it feels great. I wouldn't be able to do any of those things without my teammates and the people on the field surrounding me. So just having their support and the coaches, knowing that they always have my back, it allows me to step on the field each game and know that it's going to come, and just happy to have been able to have it come today.
So Coach, today you started Rihanna and Solai and also Jordan at the same time. I think this is the first time you've done that. Maybe I missed it, but
Correct.
So can you talk a little bit about that strategy? And it seemed like you had Jordan a little bit withdrawn, and you had those two up top. Can you talk about what you're thinking there?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it for a month in terms of dropping Jordan down a little bit, and putting those two on and having the three of them all on at the same time. And I know as a coach, I would not want to coach against that, right? And and you always want to have your most dangerous, threatening team on the field. And then obviously we put Mimi in a position, and Taylor in a position where we felt like they can be successful. And so, and then that could go on, but obviously Mimi spent a lot of time in the final third tonight, right? Taylor got balls in pockets and was able to run with it, and was a part of, even the goal she scored, that's a rebound, but she helped create a lot of that, right? And so I think it puts our whole team, some of those individuals in good spots, but then collectively it kind of winds up spreading to others as well. So we like it. I mean, obviously Reed got the goal right towards the end on Taylor's ball. So they didn't score tonight, but I thought she was good and dangerous, and so it's probably something we'll look to maybe do more often.
And Mimi, do you like getting forward? Coach just talked about you.
I don't know if I can say this, but does a bear poop in the water?
That is probably my favorite question to be asked ever. I love getting forward, but I also love defending. So anywhere I'm put on the field, I will have no complaints. Getting high, obviously I get to shoot sometimes, cross sometimes.
Hit the crossbar.
Hit the crossbar. Fingers crossed, maybe goals coming. We'll see. But yeah, I love getting high. So yeah.
Taylor, okay.
Sorry. Building on the performance today, looking at the next round of the tournament, what do you guys look at today and decide what are some of maybe the tactical changes or maybe the philosophy changes that your team is going to approach at the next game?
Yeah, good question. Obviously, we'll look at the video and see what were the things that caused us to have success, right? And then what were the choices or technical, breakdowns that stood in the way of us having success, right? From a defending standpoint, we defended in two different ways tonight. Number one, if we lost balls, we were then forced to defend in a little bit of a transitional situation, or deal with their longer, bigger balls, first and second balls, their long throw and things like that. So we got to make sure we're cleaned up in those areas. And then from an attacking standpoint, and we said this, and I thought we had moments of this, if we let the ball move, right, and if we eventually got a free player, and both these players were able to do that at times tonight, get faced up and run with it and then find the next pass, great. Otherwise, just let the ball move, right? And don't need to overcomplicate things. And I think if we go back and we look at the goals, even the first goal, right, is a little 1-2 combination with Taylor and Soph in the wide area, and then obviously, Taylor's in a position, top of the box in the wide area where, you take players on and you beat them. She puts a ball across the box and Una scores. So I think just re-emphasizing, right, the moments and the things we did that were good. I thought we changed the point well through Peyton McGovern, right? Peyton McGovern's a very good little player, right? And I thought we did a good job finding the backside 10, right? And Suarez was good in that spot. I thought Una was good in finding those pockets and getting on balls. So I think all those things that, and the video will tell us even more, obviously.
And just to add on to that question, and when you, I think you mentioned about the first half, the change between the first half and the second half, and the difference in how you guys played. What was the halftime talk going into that, and what did you guys change going from the first half to the second half?
Yeah, we talked about a couple little tactical things in terms of our technical things, losing balls in bad spots, right, or trying things we didn't need to try, not competing for first and second balls. But then we also just talked about how dialed in are we right now. Right? How much are we playing like our season could be over in an hour, right? And I don't know that we, on a scale of 1 to 10, if 10 is total desperation and dialed in-ness, we were probably sitting somewhere in the 6-ish range, and that wasn't good enough. And I think we came out with our foot on the gas a little bit better in the second half and a little bit more desperate. And then obviously you got to be clinical in the final third, and I think there was an increase in the level of clinical ability and finishing. But it was a pretty intense halftime talk, and I think this group wants that, right? They want that. They want to be great, and they want to be held accountable. And it was a good talk.
So Taylor, you might not know this, but I kind of ran into Mimi after the announcement on Monday afternoon. I was gonna talk to her, but she didn't look like she was in any state to talk. I looked at her face, I was like, oh my God, she's nice. But how were you guys thinking after that? I mean, because a lot of people, there's been a lot of talk about Florida State, should have been a 2, now they're a 3. Did that put a little extra, I know you always want to win, but did that give you a little extra fire in your belly to like, shit, hey man, we're better than that. You should have, the committee screwed up. Does that kind of fuel you more or no?
It definitely does. I mean, we know that we're a good team and we can compete against anybody you face us up against. I think we're just taking it one game at a time. Like, no matter if they seeded us at 1 seed, an 8 seed, like we just want to go out there and compete, and we want to have an opportunity to do so. So, I mean, I think like a lot of us, like you said, kind of, it's a little bit of a chip on our shoulder, but at the same time, like, we just want to be out there competing for national championships, and so that's what we're going to continue to do.
For Taylor and Mimi, as Coach said, you guys were a bit worried at the half, and then you guys had that halftime talk. But was there any player that was on the field that was more of a vocal leader, helping you guys get in for the second half and keep going?
Good question.
I would say Kate O'Kane, she, like before every half or beginning of game, we always get into a little team huddle with all the field players and the goalkeeper, obviously. And she made sure that we were gonna go in fresh and basically take the second half as a start over and just basically do everything that we weren't doing in the first half, but giving us that little reminder and a little kick in the butt, which was great. I think it's fantastic, especially she's coming in, she's a freshman, but she's not afraid to speak up and make sure that she's taking control of the team. So
agree with Mimi on Kate. Also, Heather Gilchrist, she's obviously a leader on this team and coming with lots of experience with her senior year, and just always like everything that comes out of her mouth, you know it's going to be something great, and just like listening to the words she has to say, and just adds an extra energy to the team, and just like a fire within us to fight for each other. So
just a quick question about the winger play today. So on both sides, the wingers made a lot of like great chances, not only just creating them, but also like I guess converting them too. What do you, how important is like winger play in your system, and what do you like to see like in the future rounds of the tournament?
Good question. I think it's very important. I think we're good at getting on the end of crosses. I think we have another level in us. I think we also have another level in kind of the quality of the decision making in crosses, right? There's a big difference between putting a hopeful ball in, right, versus a purposeful ball. And you look at the first goal, right? That's some winger play, right? It's a wide midfielder in Taylor, and it's a wide back in Soph, a little combination play, frees up Taylor, and then she goes on a little run, and she's able to turn the corner, so it's still a ball across, but very purposeful, right? Versus just cleaning something up and hitting it in the box and hoping, right? And they all know, I think Mimi hit one in the second half, right, that sailed a little long to the back post. There was nobody on the back post, and her immediate reaction was her hand was up and saying, kind of, signifying my bad. So I think we can be really good in the wide area, right? Whether it's 2v1s, 1v1s, little underlapping runs, and then we just got to make sure we're organized in the box and we're intentional and purposeful in the balls we're putting in the box.
Any other